if someone watching or listening right now has someone in their life that is truly suffering, like they just seem to be in a mental health funk, or they just are showing behaviors that are just not well.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I don't know how you want to diagnose it, but they're just experiencing sadness, depressive thoughts. They're just down on themselves, self-sabotage, all these feelings. If someone watching or listening right now knows someone in their life going through that, how can they be a support for them without trying to rescue and save?
It's such a good question, because often what I see in that situation, unfortunately, is people doing more harm than good, right? They end up reinforcing self-harming behavior or substance abusing behavior, providing resources that actually prevent the person from getting up on their feet.
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like what?
I mean, in the case of like drug abuse, right, it can be money, resources, homes, even situations, if I've had clients with extreme OCD who can't leave the house. Well, guess what? If you don't leave the house, OCD is going to get a lot worse. Okay, that thing's just going to kind of fester, and you're spending 12 hours a day, just cleaning the bathtub. And your parents should probably stop supporting that. We need to get you out. Okay. So if that's your experience, you've got someone that's suffering, it is critical to be validating, to be kind. This sucks. You're trying so hard. This hurts so much. And what can we do to get you help? Mm-hmm. That is what I can help you do.
What if someone doesn't want the help? You know that they need help. You know that they're doing things, thinking things, behaving in ways that are harming them. They're staying up all night. They're doing whatever it is. They're eating excessively, and they're just not taking care of themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's been a pattern for months or years. Mm-hmm. And they don't want help from you. Or they don't want help from anyone. Mm-hmm. How do you support them? And like snapping out of it, jumping back, starting to transform or heal, and just doing something better for themselves?
One, you're not God. So unfortunately, you cannot take on that like it's on me.
Right.
Okay, that's one of the most liberating things I learned as a therapist who treats suicidality, is that you're not God. Okay?
What if someone you truly care about, a family member, a friend that is in your life, and what if they do harm themselves? What if they can't come back from the harm they create? And you could have done something, maybe.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Who knows if what you were going to do would have helped? Like I just said, a lot of people think they're helping and they're actually feeding the problem. Okay. Someone who doesn't want to get help often doesn't want to get help because they don't think it will work. They don't think they're capable of change, or they don't trust that anybody could understand. So those are the three things that I often need to troubleshoot or problem solve around. I need to figure out which of those is at play. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to help kind of disprove their hypothesis. So you don't think anyone could understand? Okay, great. Let's look though. Let's see if there's support groups. And we can even say it's for me. Can you just come with me and I'll go? But you've got to be careful with the pushing. Again, it's a lot of validation up front.
They might resist even more. The more you try to push to try to support, they might just say, I just want to be alone in my room.
Yeah. So again, I'm heavy on the validation up front, but then I'm also crystal clear on the limits. Like I can't take calls after 11, dude. I'm sorry. Like, and something might happen to you. You might do something. I can't function as a therapist. Mm-hmm. And I'm not doing you any favors by pretending I can.
Yeah, because at some point you have to take action and do something. You can't just say, I'm in a dark place, I can't get out of it. You have to be willing to take action steps. But if someone is suffering so much, like you went through 10 years of depression or suffering and he's feeling these things, it's a decade of life, right? Like, how does someone start to take action? Could someone have said anything to you differently? And that first 5 years, that would have gotten you to feel better?
I don't think so. I mean,
it's just a matter of time. Like you just have to go through your journey and just suffer until you decide and get self-motivated or empowered that I don't want to live this way anymore.
Like for me though, I had tried all the things, and what worked actually, and I hate to say this as a therapist, it wasn't therapy. It wasn't meds. It was electric shock therapy. It was ECT. Okay, that is some wild stuff. That's like they hook you up and like shake your brain, like it's crazy.
What is it, like in your brain? Like on
it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, literally.
So what is this? They hook up your.
They
What do they do?
They like,
What is this?
it's wild. You go in, they put you under anesthesia, and then they
Really?
Yeah, they put stuff into your brain, and then it creates a seizure
What?
in your brain.
Induced seizure?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
How long? How many times do you do this?
I had bilateral. The main side effect is memory loss. So like I
don't remember.
Yeah, see, it's like a complete
Oh my
blank.
gosh.
Yeah. I have some really funny stories about
Wow.
that time.
Did it like reset your brain?
Yeah. And
Did it help?
It did. I had tried everything.
And that helped you.
And
You tried medication, you tried therapy, you tried working out, you tried eating perfect.
I mean, I was literally teaching yoga classes while I was going through ECT, which was hilarious because I would like forget what the flow was and just kind of it was a disaster. Yeah.
And that helped you. Wow.
And so for me, it really was like a switch. Now, ECT it's.
Do you think there was any placebo to that?
I don't.
Okay.
Because if there would have been, I would have felt it so much earlier with all the other things I had tried. And I did not think this was going to work. This was like, I mean, ECT is highly effective. It's been really portrayed horribly in the movies and stuff. So it's not, but for treatment-resistant depression, I think it works something like 80% of the time.
Wow.
It is an incredibly effective treatment for depression. Just, there's something we don't talk about. Here I am talking about.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So for me, it was that, but that does not prevent you from relapse. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was very susceptible. I could see my mind starting to go in that direction.
So it wasn't like the fix automatically. You still had to.
I was a fix, but then it was really easy to get pulled.
So you needed protocols. You needed habits.
I needed meditation. Meditation was that combination for me.
How much of suffering or depression stems from the way we think and how our mind works?
Folks would argue most of it, right? It's a loop of kind of stemming from these core beliefs of just like, I'm worthless, I'm unlovable.
So is it a belief or an identity that we've shaped around our beliefs?
That's a good question. I think it's really, in my experience, it was like a tape playing in my head, but also it was very physiological.
Of course.
Like it would feel just like there's somebody lying on top of me. And that's what shifted after that treatment was just like, that's off my weight. The weight.
Still have the thoughts.
Some, but they were quieter. But when stress would occur or something would happen, they would come on like a storm.
So how do we rewire our brain to create a loop of thinking that is empowering versus disempowering?
So the first thing you need is self-awareness. And for me, that was facilitated through meditation. So when I was deeply depressed, it was really painful to meditate. Yeah. That was very hard.
It's almost impossible.
It's almost,
feeling.
Yeah. It can be contraindicated, honestly.
Because you're like, this is not working.
And like what's in your head is not stuff you should be like spending quiet time with, you know? But afterwards, there was a separation between me and my thoughts. It wasn't like this glue. I could challenge them a little bit. I could get distance. And so
That's the key, right?
That was the key.
Is seeing your thoughts at the side of you versus being you.
That's right.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.